and gentlemen, hey, thank you so much for joining us, man. This is a special treat for y'all today, man. We're broadcasting live. Go to Facebook right now, type in Hallelujah 95.3, join the page and all that good stuff. You'll see it right there, and you can see what we're about to do right now. And all of my listeners, man, I'm so happy to bring on this brother here. Always, I admire him, love his work, man, and I'm just happy to talk to none other than the one and only Mr. Lorenz Tate. What's going on, bro?
Doc, what up, man? Appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Man. Hey, it's a treat, man. It's amazing. It's amazing that we connect at this time because we're in the midst of Black entrepreneurship here at the station, man. This is an FM station, man. It's out of over 5,500 stations in the U.S. It's only 68 that's owned by Blacks, and that's us. We're one of those.
Listen, let me just give a shout out to the Black-owned institutions, organizations, and corporations, the radio station. We salute you, we appreciate you, and we need that. I'm a firm believer in Black entrepreneurship. Anything that we can do as a collective, as a network, is so important. The messages that we're able to get across through our platforms that we run and we operate are important. We can no longer allow people, and this radio station is an example of being in control of the narrative of who we are, what we're about, the things that we need to be doing, and we need to be able to, be self-sufficient on so many levels. Like many other, communities and cultures, people, we've seen so many people in this country and around the world self-sufficient, and I think self-sufficiency is so important for Black folks and Black networks. So salute to the radio station for being Black operated. And hey, man, that's what it's about. It's what my mother and father have always kept my brothers and I, who are my partners, my business partners. Family and community is really, really important, and it's the cornerstone of what who we are as a family and community. Man, we need it, and we need to continue to thrive together as a unit.
I love it, man. Shouts out to RB Homes, man, the owner here. And I came over here, man, from another corporation for that fact alone, man, because it's so vital, especially now, man. We need a voice, but not only having a voice, you got to have a platform in order for that voice to be heard. And we the platform. You're doing some big things with Tapeman Entertainment, man. You putting out your own movies and everything now, man. Tell us about Tapeman Entertainment. And I got to ask, man, how is it working with your brothers, working with your siblings?
Well, I'll answer the latter first. With my brothers, man, Laron and Lamar, it's a treat, man. It's really a joy. My brother Laron is the sort of the brain behind the operation of what we do in our company. And Tapeman Entertainment is collective of individuals, myself and my brothers as partners, creating content, film, whether it's television, things in the audio space or the digital platforms. We are always trying to curate content. The entertainment industry is something we've been in for over 30 years. And It just makes sense for us coming from Chicago very early on in our adolescent ages. Our parents wanted us to do something creative and constructive with our time. That became the entertainment business. And as we got older, we thought, we should be in control of some of our, ideas and some of our thoughts, and we should try to implement our narrative. And creating Tapeman Entertainment is an example of that. Finding new voices, always, new talent, and also partnering up with other people who are established, who understand the kinds of things that, spark our interest in storytelling, whether they're directors or other producers. We are always, looking to elevate content because it's important for us to control the narrative. So, Hollywood, what we've learned very quickly.
Let's go into it. Let's get it.
Hollywood, I believe, have been complicit from day one in the stereotyping of Black people. We came into an industry and white folk pretty much created the narrative of how they saw us. And, whether it was comedy or things that they laughed at, was at our expense. And over time, clearly there were incredible artists who began to change that narrative and began to, break ground to open up the doors for more artists and creatives, but now more business. And so, I feel like Hollywood has, certainly been a part of shaping up how the world sees Black people, in terms of the stereotypes. There's been some good things, but the stereotypes is what I want to point out. And also, I feel like Hollywood also is, responsible on in sort of marginalizing us and what we can do, because we don't operate Hollywood the way the rest of the world sort of looks in terms of inclusion and Black folks and women and
right. Well, hey, let me put you on the spot, bro. Cause I'm quite sure he told you, man. Dr. D just straight up, man. We having a good conversation, man. Your success, man. You said 30 years, 30 years in.
Yeah.
30. You see, and that's why some of the people, when I said I was going to be talking to you, they affectionately call you. You talking about the vampire who don't age, don't never age. I'm talking about 30 years in the game. And I'm talking about, movies like Love Jones. When you hear Love Jones, you're talking about Menace to Society. We're talking about, Dead Presidents, one of my favorite ones. You know what I'm saying? Dead Presidents. You got The Inkwell. You got Man Apart. Ray. You can play Quincy Jones and Love Legend and Ray. I thought you took that scene because it was just, it was brilliant. Girl Strip. Now I'm gonna tell you my favorite one. That Why Do Fools Fall in Love? That Frankie Lyman. Listen. So,
well, let me say this. Let me say this. 30 years has been one of the things you got to keep in mind that, I started when I was 10. So it's 30 plus years. Yeah. I started when I was 10 years old. But I was like a child superstar. I was just like a working young actor. I did things here and there. So long story short, what can I say? I've been, very fortunate, and you pointed out some very cool movies that I've been a part of that come off as like, people see them as classic. So that being said, I'm happy that Hollywood has been a part of some of the alternative things that I've sort of the antithesis of the stereotypes. So you talked about, movies like Love Jones or Why Fools Fall in Love, Dead President. We were able to make some historical, projects and some things that have been able to survive the test of time. So I'm really grateful for that. And I just want to continue sort of back to doing those kinds of projects, always elevating. And again, you look at those movies, I consider as classic, Black excellence.
Yeah. Well, they definitely are classics, man. Still being played today. And I love what you guys are doing now. You're still keeping the quality, but controlling the narrative, from Power to, come on, still doing great things, man. So tell us about this new film that's out now. That's like sweeping the nation. Tell us about it.
The movie is called Business Ethics. My brothers and I came on to be executive producers on the film. It was originally a short film that the filmmakers and the writers, who are our partners, Graham as well as Richard Graham, their father and son partners, and came to us. We were, get out and executive produce the movie and produce it with them. But the more I began to talk about the lead character, the more the director was like, you should consider playing this role. But the role was originally written for a middle-aged white guy. And I was like, well, I don't really fit the middle-aged white guy thing. So I'm not. But he says, no. It's about that. It's about the character. And I was like, wow, you know what? Let me just take it a little further. There's something to be said about having a film where you have the Black lead in the center of a predominantly, white financial sector. So, the character that I play is, this guy named Cranston. Zachary Cranston is a smart guy. He's a financial tycoon who will stop at anything. He will stop at nothing to reach the, the ladder of success. And along the way, he has some bumps in the roads in his career, and he decides to come up with this master plan to scheme a lot of people out of their money. Now, these are all rich people.
Right.
People who are doing absurd things with their money, super, super wealthy people. And as he's coming up with this scheme, this well thought out Ponzi scheme, he's dealing with a moral compass, right? Is this ethical or unethical to steal the money from the Donald Trump of the world? You know what I mean?
Okay.
Super wealthy people. And he has to keep a look over his shoulder because the authorities are always after him, as well as, the people that he's sort of cheating out of their money, they want to kill him. So he has to be the smartest guy in doing this. And one of the things that I really liked about the film was that you get a chance to see a young brother in a financial sector. I gotta say, he's not stealing money from black people. Most of his targets, if not all of them, are white. And what's saying that way is just the way the movie worked.
Right.
But beyond the fact that he's stealing white folks' money, it's really about the elite people who are doing absurd things with their bread. And he's like, yo, you know what? I think I can do something with that money instead. And I always pose the question to people who watch the movie: what would you do if you had an opportunity to scam some people out of their money who ain't doing what they suppose or what you think they should be doing with the money, and you can get away with it? Would you or would you not do it? And that's sort of the journey. If you can get away with it clean, would you do it? And so I wanted to pose that question to those who take the journey to watch the movie Business. And again, my brother and I decided to produce to go straight to market with this. Because there's no theaters out right now, nobody is really going to the movie. I thought this was a great time to release straight to the consumer. People can watch it on iTunes, Amazon, Google Play, and the Microsoft. We thought that's part of how we think is we can market this movie, we can put it out there. We were cool with doing it the traditional way, but more sense for us to get the people because there's no movies out. See something new, and we thought this was a great time to.
Well, I love it, man. We're going to support it, man. We're going to post and put it all up on our pages. I don't know what the clicking noise is, but, we're going to move forward. I think
I hope it's not on my side.
Yeah, maybe a little bit, maybe over there, but it's cool to listen. They still chiming in. The ladies enjoying it. Even if they heard a crackle from Lorenz Tate, they still over there saying, "Ooh, look at his teeth. Look at." I'm like, the man teeth. I know you can see the questions and people coming up like, how now? Come on, you can't get around the fact that you are a handsome black man, successful, been doing things in the movie industry. So of course you're gonna have those attractions from females and things of that nature. But how do you manage to be in a marriage over 20 years? How do you make it work in Hollywood? With your beautiful wife, I think you have 4 kids. How do you manage to make all that work, being the guy that you are?
Well, listen, compatibility, understanding, and friendship. My wife, who is my friend, like we had established friendship, and I feel like when we got together, she kind of knew what my life was in terms of my life. Actor, I'm in films that usually I'm opposite a woman, an actress. And, I just want to make sure that she was not a person who was insecure about what my livelihood was already, had already been. It was already established. And she and I dated for a while before we down to get married and start a family. I mean, 6 years plus,
Wow.
dating and getting to know each other and making sure that this is what we want to do. And you know, when we first met, we didn't think that we would be together this long. We kind of for that purpose, you know, we just kind of
Right.
still pretty young, so we just thought, you know, in enjoying ourselves and enjoying our you know, even our individual lives. And so, you know, as we really began to settle down, it came to be about the camaraderie, understanding, and like my.
Wow, wow. Well, we have about 5 more minutes. I know you're real, you know, tied up. You're doing some big things.
I try to get my earbuds if I.
Yeah. I'm gonna take
Yeah.
a quick break, and we're gonna come
Yeah.
back with more of Mr. Lorenz Tate. You're gonna get his earbuds in. But listen, it's your time. We're gonna have about 5 more minutes with him. People saying they're very proud of you. Want you to get ready to get your questions in, because we're gonna ask Lorenz Tate what you want to ask him when we come back right here on Hallelujah 95.3.
Appreciate love. Yeah. Let me go get that because I don't know what that sound. Give me one. What is that noise?
Yeah, it may be better with the buzz. You might clear it up. But
Can y'all hear me?
I hear you good now. Priscilla, can you hear him?
Hello, hello.
Yes.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you good now.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. I think that was it. Okay. Priscilla. Okay. Cool. We'll get back in, which we are. We are live. If you have any questions for, say, can we hook up to Heaven info casting opportunities for local actors? Okay. All right. We're gonna ask them that. As far as your company, how can people audition or send in, you know, reels or you know, audition stuff? People are asking those questions, Lorenz.
Well, the way we work with our company, until we have something actually going, we don't really um, allow submissions right now because we are not currently in any production. We are already past that point. But
Okay.
as we do create more stuff and get into production, people can always go to at Tapeman on our social media page on Instagram, and that's at Tateman at TATEMEN Entertainment, and they can check us out and get more stuff, or you know, anything on my page at Lorenz Tate as we begin to create more stuff. But currently we're just in the beginning stages of, you know, doing some other projects that are already completed in terms of putting out there. Let me give y'all that that handle one more time just to make sure that everybody has it. Give me 1 second. Just want to make sure that everybody has the correct Tateman. Again, that's TATEM as in Mary, N as in Edward, TATEMENENT. Tateman Entertainment.
Okay. I'm gonna get
So
yeah, put that up on the screen.
Yeah, they can go to Tapeman Entertainment. And right now we have a digital series. It's called Bronzeville. It's an audio series. It's like listening to a TV show. We did one season. It was fantastic. Myself and Lawrence Fishburne, the great Lawrence Fishburne, a lot of great actors and actresses came in, lent their artistry and their voices to the project.
20 million downloads, what?
We had over 20 million downloads, and so that was in season 1. And people can listen to Bronzeville right now for free on iTunes and the podcast, just to kind of see what it is. And at the top of the year, we're gonna be releasing. There it is. There's Tapeman Entertainment.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. The next installment season will be at the top of 2021. So we're gonna be promoting for that. That's already done. And it's got a lot of great actors and actresses that are part of that. And that's all about Black excellence. You know, Bronzeville is a historic city on the south side of Chicago where Black people We're self-sufficient. We talked about ownership, people
Yeah.
being, accountable and responsible for themselves. And we wanted to do a story about Black folks at a time where the American dream didn't seem as though it was attainable. It was
Mm.
attainable. In Bronzeville, like Harlem, as well as Tulsa, Oklahoma, places like that, Black
Yeah.
folks own their own businesses. They own their own hospitals or operated hospitals, owned our own schools, grocery stores, department stores. We had our own police department where
Yeah,
Black
man.
folks were policing each other. That's super important. Again, so Bronzeville, we did an audio series about it, and and we created a fictitious family and kind of get into the world of what Bronzeville was. And I wanted to remind people that we need to get back to owning our Black owned banks. We need to continue to network with each other. We need our
Yeah.
Black owned grocery stores. We need to have more Black schools, from K through 12, where Black folks are the best and the brightest teaching our kids, and our children. So we need all of that stuff.
Let me ask you this, man. Is that one of the reasons, or one of the many reasons why you and your brother started your own company? Because with someone with a successful reign that you still have, proven at the box office, and movies that then lived on, do you think that you've gotten the leading roles that you deserve with a record that strong?
Well, I can't, listen, I've been very blessed and very fortunate to do the things that I've been able to accomplish in the industry. I've been able to get some really great leading roles. But the way Hollywood works is kind of like cyclical. It's like a circle. There's times where a artist or actor or actress is really really hot, and then there's some times where it gets a little cold because the industry changes, and the people who typically are in the rooms to green light movies or green light stories or to keep hiring actor or actress may not be in those positions. And so I felt like I didn't want to have a career where I'm always waiting on someone in Hollywood, some CEO in a corporate office deciding if I am capable of holding a movie and being a lead in a film, being a leading man. I didn't want to wait for all that, for them to decide if they rock with me or not. So
Yeah, yeah.
when you're able to create your own way, it's really important, and that's what we're doing. We're doing our own thing. So we're very Hollywood friendly. I still do mainstream things, but I also
Yeah.
have that independent spirit.
Right, right. I had a question from Teresa Berger, who asked, and it's probably from the movie Girls, I think Girls Trip. One of those, we said, do you play an instrument or do you sing?
It's funny. I started out. My brothers and I started out uh, as a little music group. Little singing group. I don't sing as well as I used to sing when I was a youngster. My voice has changed. So I don't sing as well as I used to. But yeah, music was a big thing in our household because our father was always into music, and he wasn't able to really pursue his career in the music industry professionally. So he got into education, and my father's been an educator for over 45 years. And so my brothers and I have always been around music. I think the entertainment side of acting and producing and writing and directing really spoke to our minds and our spirits. So we focus more on that. And I don't spend enough time playing the instruments to really say that I can play. I dabble on the piano here and there, but I don't think that I'm very good. I used to, but now I'm trying to get back to it. In fact, I was just with my old man the other day. My sons and I, we was hanging out with my pops and my moms, and we was on the keyboard. My father always has keyboards, and we was messing around with the keyboards. And
Right.
I have four sons, and the two youngest boys was just banging on the keys, and I was over there messing around, you
Yeah.
know, trying to show them I used to make some dope little, tracks and some beats. You know what I'm saying? I was showing them what I was capable of doing, but not anymore.
Okay. Well, we got one more question, man. Man, you've been so generous with your time. We apologize for the little the crackle that we're experiencing, but hey,
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that. I'm not sure what that is. So I apologize. Hang on a second. Again, I'm not sure what that sound is. I do apologize. But I'm happy to answer one more question if you can hear me.
Oh yeah, definitely. Oh, definitely. Well, across a question from Russell Harrison. He says, "What advice would you give young brothers that want to get into acting at an early age?"
Well, I would just simply say, follow your dreams, absolutely. But keep in mind that when you enter the entertainment business, that's what it is. It's a business. And sometimes, there will be a lot of uphill battles and things that would, crush people's dreams, especially people who are young, trying it out early. I would simply say, just, follow your dreams, follow your goals, and understand why you want to get into it. And that why will be the thing that keeps you always going. Why did you do it? Are you doing it to get rich? Are you doing it to be famous? Or are you following a true passion? So that's what I would say.
Cool, man. Well, thank you so much. Business ethics is out now. So how can people, support what you're doing, support the movement? And we've already put up the links as far as people that want to, send in auditions or just spread the word. We want this to go everywhere. Spread it, share it to every group you can, share it everywhere, every page, everything, because this is something that is needed, doing it on our own, and I can see just bigger and better things, man, happening. So tell us about how can you get the film, download the film, and support?
Well, they can again, it's the film is available on iTunes, Google Play, Amazon Prime Video, as well as the Microsoft Store. But continue just to support. You guys can go there, look for Business Ethics, and keep an eye out what we're doing at Tapeman Entertainment. As we look at this as a business model, we continue to do Hollywood quality films that we're in, but we also want to distribute them on our own as well. So we're not competing with, the traditional Hollywood way. We just want to give other opportunities and not wait and ask for permission. We just want to get out there and compete and do our thing.
Oh, man. Well, you are welcome, Mr. Reese, and thank you for allowing us a chance to meet him. Hey, I'm honored to meet the brother, man, and we're going to keep supporting and keep doing what we do here in Tallahassee, Florida. And, man, don't forget us down here in Florida. You got to come visit once we get past this COVID and all this.
Yeah.
I got to come and
check y'all out.
Florida.
100%, man. Number love, man. I appreciate it, man. Thank you all for the support. Number love to everybody. Peace and blessings. And thank you again, beloved. I appreciate you.
No problem, man. We'll tune in next time, man, right here with Doc D. Hallelujah 95.3 Lorenz Tate, man. Thank you, man.
Peace and blessings.